Okay, so for this video, I've decided to um, show a little bit of my new character that I'm gonna use for the project. Um, Anybody who saw the very first video would know that the character that I've been using was just a temporary one. It was just one that I had there, kind of ready to use, and I didn't want to spend time doing any models before doing some gameplay stuff first in Kismet. Um, so now I've decided to actually go ahead and do the character model that I wanted to use, and this is actually um, a model that uh, the original model of this I actually did quite long ago, quite a few years ago, and I just kind of took the base of that and did a lot of extra I'll say sculpting on top of that to just get it up to speed for today's kind of modeling quality. Um, yeah, it's a ninja. It's not very original, but it's a ninja, so it doesn't need to be. um, okay, so this is the obviously this is the high poly model. It's that's the wireframe. It's it's about 2.7, 2.8 million. It's not super high, but it's kind of the range that I like to work with. I'm not a fan of going like billions or anything like that. So, and it's obviously enough to get the idea of any all the shapes that I need. So that's the high poly, and I'll just quickly show the one that I started with. So this was my very original model. Not very detailed. It was actually uh, when I created it, it was to pretty much just teach myself NURBS modeling. So this model was originally created completely with NURBS, and I actually converted it over to polys and to to do the sculpting from, and to do all the other stuff from. So yeah, that was that. And then my low poly, I've decided to go. So this is obviously the low poly with the textures, and it's being rendered with the normal map shader and everything. Um, so this is the material setups, nothing special. It's just diffuse map, specular, normal map, and I've got this fall off just for a little bit of shading on there. And in the nitrous viewport, which obviously was added in Max 2012, you can have realistic material preview, and so that'll actually show your complete shader as close as it possibly can within the real-time environment. So you can see the low poly is actually extremely low. I decided to go pretty low with it because I just don't see the need to overdo it. So and I'm still quite a big fan of going pretty low with low polygon models. I don't like wasting polygons too much. Um, Even though, I mean, this can very obviously go even lower, but I don't want to go blocky either. So um, there's that. And the texture. The texture is okay. It's not anything special. I'm not a texture artist, so I pretty much use render to texture to get some color and stuff on there, and I throw some extra texture in Photoshop, and that's about it. I don't go too crazy. This guy doesn't really need much anyway. So, and for my rig, um, I pretty much decided to go kind of the epic route where they have a biped that controls an underlying rig or an underlying bone structure, and I I decided to also do it that way because I ultimately wanted to have as much control as possible without affecting the skin, the I'll say the skin bones. Um, so with this method, what you can do is, and I started with biped because it's the least um, tweakable, like accurate to, to to completely accurately place bones. Because you can't just grab a bone and kind of place it wherever you want it. It's all hooked up with IK and things, and you've got stretchy modes and stuff like that, but it doesn't work on every bone, and it's extremely tedious to try and link up bones. So doing the biped first, and then placing these bones, you can get their pivot points perfectly aligned by aligning these bones to the biped instead of doing it the other way around. Um, so I've got my biped, which is the main structure, and then I've got these bones, which is the skin bones. And if I need cat for anything, for the cat animation tools, for whatever reason, I can just hook up a cat character on top of this and drive the whole rig with a cat character or a cat rig. And if I want to create a manual rig for whatever reason, then I can just hook up some more bones on there and drive the whole thing with a manual rig, and it's all extremely customizable. Just uh, starting with a biped, because biped is still, even though it's a tool that feels fairly old, and it's been around forever, and it's kind of been replaced by cat in a way. Biped still has its uses. It's extremely robust with using motion capture, and yeah, I just wanted every available tool that that is that I can use for animation if I feel the need to use it. So far I've only done the biped, and that's all hooked up, and I've actually got the character in the game already with some initial simple animations. Um, so the thing is skinned and everything. I've got for the sword, I've got it so that there's obviously the target in the hand, because I've got it set up in the game so that I can grab the sword and let go of the sword. So I can place it there for placing it in the hand, or I can place it there for sheathing it. So which I actually do currently in the game, which is something I had in mind for a while now, and I really wanted to try it out, and it actually worked out pretty well. So yeah, so that's the character model. Just quickly, I mean, I'm not going into anything technical or anything like that. I'll just quickly open up one of the animations. Animations right now it's all hand animated, obviously, and I spent a bit of time on it just to get something that feels okay. It's not nothing. Again, it's nothing special. It's just enough to get it running, and I've actually got which is also something I really wanted to do. I've actually got two separate sets. So I've got an idle and a run, both with or without the weapon. So when you've got the weapon out, you do one set of animations, and when you've got the weapon sheathed, you've got another set of animations, and I've got that set up currently in the game, which I'll show in the coming videos. Um, so I did these basic animations, idle, run, and attack, and just to get the ball rolling on this. And I've only got the one attack right now. I would probably very soon do a secondary attack so I can do the combo, just so that it looks better. Right now I'm just using the same attack, but I've obviously already got the setup for that inside Kismet, so I'm not too pushed for that. I've already got that working, and I already had it working on my test character perfectly. So this is more about just having it look at least half decent when I play it and play test it. So yeah, so in the next videos I'll show the UDK setup for using all the new stuff.